Okay, so HBO Max is releasing this Scooby-Doo spin-off series called Velma, and it's basically what you expect from Hollywood nowadays. They race-swapped every character. For this series, let's just go down the list of things they've already done to the cast of characters. They made Velma a person of color, they made Daphne Chinese, they made Shaggy black, and they removed Scooby-Doo. Yeah, this is the definition of uncalled for. Nobody wants this. Look at your like to dislike ratio. There's just so much to talk about here, and let's just get into it.
I am literally in the air right now, wrapping up a store. This first class, I am so new at
You know, when Disney announced that they were gonna cast a black lady to play the Little Mermaid, I didn't really care that much because A, I don't, care about the Little Mermaid. B, I never watched the original one, so if it was drastically different, I wouldn't even know. And C, this black lady playing Ariel in the live-action Little Mermaid didn't replace anybody because they had nobody lined up to play Ariel yet. It wasn't like they had a white woman, selected to play the role and then they decided to, replace her with this black lady. So even though that call by Disney, in my opinion, was utterly retarded and based off the premise of forced diversity, I didn't really care about the Little Mermaid, so whatever. However, I am interested in this new series about Velma where they've basically decided to race swap almost all of the classic Scooby-Doo characters. We're gonna take a look at all of these changes and then we're gonna watch the actual trailer for the show itself and truly see how bad it actually is. So first off is the new Shaggy, and no, it's a no from me. They didn't even try, okay? The only thing they kept from the original design is the green shirt. I'm looking at this side by side, and they literally did not even try. Look at the original Shaggy, okay? His hair is covering his ears. They didn't do that. His face shape is entirely different. They gave him, a goatee. It's at this point, just give this guy his own role. Make him his own character. That's how you're supposed to do it when you're trying to be inclusive, right? A good example of this is look at that Spider-Man movie, Into the Spider-Verse. They made a black Spider-Man to go along and work with all the other previous Spider-Mans. They didn't just say, okay, this is Spider-Man from now on, because that just wouldn't work. But the thing about Shaggy, too, is to me, his voice and his tone always kind of sounded like a scared surfer. And the whole, surfer accent thing, come on, that's almost always a white guy thing. So you have to understand, they're not making Shaggy be black here so that Shaggy's a better character and is more true to how he was written. It's just more of that 2022 diversity and inclusivity quotas, more of that. I think the best part about this is that guys want to just enjoy a character for that character, right? They don't need the character to be swapped races or ethnicities or genders or sexualities or any of that, right? They can just enjoy a character. I'm sorry, but this meme is literally spot on. Now we can finally feel represented, and then we got all the boys. It's Lamau, that's literally me. And it's so true. You don't need to swap races. Bro, I would actually be so pissed if Gustavo Fring from Breaking Bad, if they made him white. Hell no! My avatar for the longest time on YouTube.com was Darwin from The Amazing World of Gumball, and Darwin has always been voiced by a black kid, and I don't want that to change. You know what I'm saying? I want to appreciate a character without that character being subject to any sort of, changes to their racial identity or their sexuality or anything like that, let the character just exist for what it is. I don't need any black characters in media becoming white, and I don't need any white characters becoming black. It really just is that simple, and I can talk to most people about this and just come to that conclusion and they'll agree with me. Anyways, the next change is that Daphne is Chinese, and it's I don't know, man. I mean, they kept the orange hair. This one to me is at least a little bit more like the original in my opinion, but it still, of course, falls under the same principle of uncalled for as all the other changes do. I don't think you guys understand is dude, I would have likely watched this show, and I might watch it to see if it is as bad as I think it is, because I have an HBO Max subscription. I've been watching some stuff on there, and I think it's a decent service, so if they have a new show coming out, I'll check it out. Unlike the new Little Mermaid movie, I will likely be watching this, so if it is shit, I'm gonna be mad. So on that note, let's take a look at this trailer and just see what we're in for today.
Dear HBO Max, I just learned you intend to make a genre-bending comedic origin story of Judy Jetson. When I heard this new version of Judy Jetson wouldn't be boy crazy, the only word I had to describe my disgust is jinkies.
Oh yeah, on top of that, if you didn't catch that innuendo that she wouldn't be boy crazy, that's because I think she's a lesbian in this show too. And it's okay, dope, you spent a lot of time pointing that out for me, but are you gonna I don't know, make this show good? Is there gonna be any crazy reveals, any spooky twists? Or is it just gonna be a bunch of woke Hollywood bullshit?
If there is one thing the internet agrees on, it's that you should never change anything ever. I hope you die.
So I don't know if you caught that. They were basically doing some retarded self-awareness that they're aware of the fact that they're making all these changes and, you know, people don't like them. But basically, instead of responding to that criticism, they have to over-dramatize the criticism in the first place by making it seem like the criticism is being said in ways like, oh, I hope you die because you made Scooby-Doo black, which is not at all what people are saying. Just to show you what people are actually saying, I screenshotted some of the comment section of the Rap TV Instagram post that introduced me to this information in the first place. Bro looked like an NFT, of course, talking about the new Shaggy design. 46,000 likes, they could have just made a new character, yo. Travis Scott profile picture says, boy, what the? Somebody gotta stop Hollywood, bro. They do realize that if they want inclusivity, they can just make a new character portraying whatever they want to show. Like, bruh, that's not Shaggy. So, yeah, HBO Max, this trailer is not really showing the truth of how people are responding to your awful decisions. I promise you, nobody's actually losing sleep about this. People just don't like it. I did hear something about one of the actors getting, like, hate comments on their Instagram page because of this, and obviously that's way too far, and if you are doing that, of course, I don't support that in any sort of way. But yeah, most people in the Instagram comment section that are like me, that probably watched some Scooby-Doo growing up, you know, like Gen Z-ish type of thing, they just think it's whack. Like, they think the design is ugly, they think that it's not really what Shaggy's about, and that's it, man.
Sincerely, Velma. Well, at least Judy's still white. Unknown caller. Spooky. Hello? Velma Dinkley speaking.
Hello, Velma. Do you like solving mysteries?
Yeah, but I'm actually much more three-dimensional than that.
Okay, alright, yep, you're more three-dimensional than that. So good job, girl boss. I mean, to be fair, they did keep parts of the nerdy Velma alive, you know. If you look around the room, you can see all these, like, you know, space posters. She's got diagrams of planets up there and stuff, which is, like, you know, kind of her whole vibe if you know the show.
Who is this?
That's the mystery, and solve it quick, because I'm in your house.
A serial killer calling from inside my house? Yes, that's a classic, and that's my point. Why change anything when the classics all still work, right? Wait, you're inside my house?
Okay, and just like that, the video ends. I think that we are not in for a treat if I'm gonna keep it a buck. We're probably in for, I don't know, man, like maybe some raisins, not any treats. It's also crazy to me how they just, you know, don't have Scooby in this show. Like, how is Shaggy even gonna be a functional character without Scooby? Like, bro, they're like best friends, they're buddies. I have a lot of unanswered questions about this show, and I do honestly have my expectations kind of on the floor if I'm keeping it real. So if it is a good show, I will be honest with you guys. I'll keep you updated, you know, when it drops. I will be watching it, and I don't have any motivation to call it bad just to like prove myself right, or you know, none of that confirmation bias. If it's good, I can either make a follow-up video or maybe I'll do a community post saying that it's good, and if it's bad, I'll do the same thing. But that's basically all that's going on. So if you guys enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Comment down Shaggy if you made it to the end of the video, and I'll try to heart your comments. Big thanks to all my channel members. As always, you guys rock. Follow my Instagram and Twitter, and join the Discord server. Links are all down below, and I'll catch you later. Peace.